Today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be starting some of my seeds indoors that need to be ready in about 8 weeks. I'm still 8 weeks from my first frost date. I'm in zone 4B in Swanton, Vermont, so we still have some time before I can put these flowers outdoors. Some of the materials that we use here at the farm to start some seeds. I really enjoy potting on this little tray that I bought at Gardener Supply. I also got this soil blocker. I have a 2-inch soil blocker that I use to start my seeds. I also use lunch trays that I bought on Amazon. These are great because they're reusable. I don't have to worry about throwaway plastic. And I can fit 36 of the 2-inch blocks on one of my trays from Amazon. And this year I also decided to use some seed starting soil that starts off in a block. I did this mostly for space saving. And I was able to buy a whole box of these. I think there's 10 in the box for like 30 bucks. I thought it was really economical. This is the Cocoa Bliss box, the Cocoa Bliss brand. I also bought this on Amazon. Another thing that I use is this photo box. So what's great about this photo box is it has little dividers, and this is actually how I store my seeds. So I can organize them by the date that they need to be planted out. We're a smaller farm, so I don't have quite the complexity that some farms have. I actually also keep my vegetable seeds in here, and it's gone really well so far. The first thing that I'm going to be doing today is starting this soil. So what you have to do is I get a 5-gallon bucket and I just I open this up, I put it right in my bucket, and then I'm going to be getting about 1.5 gallons of warm water to dump on top. What that does is then I let it sit and it'll expand. This is just a larger version of the smaller soil pods that you can get when you get those pre-made trays. So I'm just gonna dump. This is about 1 gallon of warm water. I'm gonna just slowly pour that on top of the soil. Then I usually have a shovel handy and I'll break it up some if I can. And I'll let that sit for about 30 minutes before I use it. So some of the seeds that I'm going to be starting today, again, I'm about 8 weeks from my last frost date. I'm going to be starting both of these forget-me-nots from Floret. I have the Mystic Pink and Blue Showers. This is my first time ever starting forget-me-nots. I'm pretty excited, mostly because they look really pretty, and I'm excited to see how they do in my garden. Another thing that I'm starting today, I know it's a little cliche, but I did want to try some Carnations, just because they're so well known. I love their stem length. I heard they're a little tricky to grow, but again, this is just fun experimentation. And then I'm also going to be doing another succession of my Snapdragons. Last year, my Snapdragons grew really well. I was very excited about that. So I decided to try some succession planting for the first time. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about succession planting, mostly from the No-Till Flowers podcast. And I'm really excited about that. I got these seeds from High Mowing Seeds. I think this is a Vermont-based company, so check it out if you've never heard of them before, but I've really had a lot of great success with all the seeds that I've got from them. And then I'm also just starting a few peppers and tomatoes for my vegetable garden. I have heard of some people putting cherry tomatoes in their cut flower bouquets. I'm a little bit interested in trying that out, especially because I'm gonna have significant amount of cherry tomatoes this year. So they're not gonna be planted with my cut flower garden, but seeing how they grow, I might try that out and see how it looks. I take my soil blocker, I have my tray, this is my food tray, I put it in my potting tray. I'm gonna be scooping the soil into these blocks. I'm still kind of slow at this. This is my first year using one. So now that I have my soil blocks ready to go, I'm only slightly frustrated that I didn't have enough soil for 2 more blocks to make it 3 full trays. That actually shouldn't be a big issue for me today because I didn't even really need a 3 full trays, but I'm going to make it work with what I have. So what I usually do, so I'm gonna have 1 tray of forget-me-nots, and carnations. I actually don't need more than that for my plants for this season. Again, I have a really small farm. I have about 4 to 5 rows that are 3 feet wide, and they're only about 30 feet long. I think this year I'm only gonna be doing 4 rows, but I'm gonna see what it's like when I'm out there this year. I did 6 rows last year. It was a little cramped. My goal is to increase the width of my paths to make it easier to walk through because I would like to start some U-pick this year. So I'm gonna have 1 tray of the forget-me-nots and carnations, 1 tray of my second succession for Snapdragons, and then 1 tray for my tomatoes and peppers. Now I can just hope that my seeds will germinate successfully.